Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We're Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with vibes from the sixth. We got the panelists in the building. They're going to come in one by one as we get the show going. But this is the Premier League roundup. We got to talk about all the Premier League games. And don't forget, you guys need to let me know what you guys thought about the Premier League games also in the comment section. Of course, Manchester United got humbled, got embarrassed in their own house by Arne Slot and Liverpool. Mo Salah doing what he does at Old Trafford, dunking on their head tops. And of course, Erik ten Hag's Manchester United looking a shambles of themselves. They might need to sack that guy. Hopefully they keep him. But let me know, would you guys sack Erik ten Hag if you're Manchester United fans listening to this video right now? Also, Arsenal got drop points at home versus Brighton, and the red card cost us dearly. Did you think that should have been a second yellow, deserved red card? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, Arsenal are the first team out of Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal to drop points this season, as Liverpool and Man City both go undefeated to start the season. And Manchester City, once again, Erling Haaland with another hat-trick. He has 7 goals already. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most goals by a Premier League player to start a season. Unbelievable how good Erling Haaland is. He's probably the best striker in the world. Yeah, we're going to talk about Man United's -4. People in the chat already loving the Manchester United banter. But Chelsea, last week, you know what they told me? You know what people told me last week? Last week, people told me, Chelsea, you got to be careful. You got to be scared. You got to be worried about Chelsea. You know what? Let me just play it. This is what Don said to me last week.
Meaty defense, but guess what, blood? We have a lot of goals in this team. And when we get Victor as well, if we get Victor, don't let me finish above certain teams, Monts, don't let me finish above you,
Talking about finishing above Arsenal, finishing above Chelsea, finishing above Liverpool, finishing above Arsenal. Come on, Chelsea, you guys win one game 6-2, you draw the next game 1-1. It's just how it is right now. Very inconsistent Chelsea performances. Plus, I told you guys that Tottenham were going to lose to Newcastle. The Newcastle own Tottenham. Newcastle will face 100 shots, will face 100 chances, and just one ball over the top to Isaac, and it's a goal. And that's how Newcastle do, especially at home versus Tottenham. Newcastle is another animal. Newcastle needs to be respected. They're still one of the better teams in this league. A lot of teams are going to lose to Newcastle this year. A lot of teams. But now, before I introduce my panelists, do me a favor. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button. We got 32 of you here already. Hit that like button. We're going to add everybody on that's coming in on from Twitter also. Make sure you guys all hit that like button. It supports the channel. It helps out massively, and it helps push Egal and my channel higher up algorithms so more people tune in. So yeah, as I'm going to introduce the panelists right now, let's get this show started. First, I'm going to introduce the Manchester United fan. Credit to him. He did not go hiding. Dammy is in the building. Big up, Dammy. Big up, Dammy. We got Chelsea fan in the house. One of my faves right now. Ahmed, Mr. Reliable. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Hope you do well, my brother. Hope you do well, my brother.
It's been a good day for me watching rivals drop points, all of them. And then Vader, he's starting to become arrogant. Starting to become a little bit different. Vader is no longer Mr. Humble. He's now flexing his muscles. Erling Haaland scoring hat tricks after hat tricks. He's loving life. But guys, today there's nowhere else better to start than the Manchester United game. And if the other guys miss out, they miss out. I'm gonna have to start there. Rock is gonna have to join us and speak about Liverpool in a second. Jay's gonna have to join us, and if he misses out, he misses out. But right now we gotta start. And the way we do it, we don't let Dammy speak first. Everyone else has to speak. Dammy. Dammy has to go last because you got destroyed. And the difference, the sheer difference in class is crazy.
It's spooky.
To think that's his third game in the Premier League. To think that that's Arne Slot's third game with Liverpool. And this is Ten Hag's third year.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. He did the little third game 3 years. I see what he did there.
That is insane. That is insane. The first thing. Number one. Number two, Casemiro today is no longer being called Casemiro. From now on, we have to call him Boss Man. Because the guy, we have to call him Boss Man.
That's too nice to him, bro. That's too nice to him. Because at least Boss Man helps you out sometimes, isn't it? Boss Man helps you out. You can't call him
you
boss
know
man.
what
You have to find
we're
someone
gonna call
else.
him. We're gonna call him the cashier. That's what we're gonna have to call him because he's literally giving people combo number 2 with change, giving them the sauces, giving them everything. That's what he was doing. Because today, guys, do you know no player has given away more goals from errors than Casemiro in the Premier League the last 2 seasons?
I could believe
And
it.
today, in 45 minutes, he gave away 2. We have players in our teams that haven't given away 2 errors for goals in defense or midfield the whole entire season. And this guy did it in 45 minutes. That is ridiculous. Casemiro is finished. You guys are lucky you got Ugarte. You're fine. At least you guys realized you needed more midfield solidity because Casemiro is useless at this point. And he tried to play him in defense. That's even worse. Don't just get rid of him. Call China, call Saudi Arabia, call anybody who wants him. But after these performances, I don't even think Saudi would take him on a free. That they were offering how much in the summer? You should have taken it. You should have taken whatever they were offering in the summer. And Rack has joined us also, so you got a Liverpool fan in the building. Now let me talk about Liverpool. Can we speak about Luis Diaz scoring goals? You gotta give him credit. He's doing his thing, delivering. Also, Mo Salah comes to Old Trafford, the theater of dreams, and turns it into his dance floor. You guys used to say Arsenal, the Emirates, a dance floor. Mo Salah literally comes there and Diddy bops every time. I should use another name. But you know what I mean.
Eat Trafford, man. It's Eat Trafford. I told you before, man.
Yeah.
It's Eat Trafford. It's Eat Trafford, bro. It's Eat Trafford.
Wait, what does E stand for?
Eid is that
Muslim festival.
I thought you
it's Eid Trafford. You know what I mean? Eid Trafford. That's why.
There's certain teams in this chat that don't win there. Just saying.
All right. We won there last year. We won there last year.
2 in 17 years. It's not something to brag about.
We won there last year, so the joke's on you.
Also,
Casemiro gave us a goal in that game too. funny. Let's go to one more thing. Liverpool's defense, the only team not to concede a single goal yet this Premier League campaign. If I'm not mistaken, the only team not to concede yet. 3 clean sheets. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
3 clean sheets, 3 wins.
As usual, you're bang on, completely right, 100%.
You got to give them credit. You got to give them a lot of credit. And they've been playing really good football. Everything about them right now has been good, and they've not buckled in 3 games. You got to give them a lot of credit. Overall, Liverpool's performances in these games, solid defensively, dangerous attacking wise, and a lot of people thought they were going to fall off. Maybe still very too early to count them and say that they're not. But at this moment in time, you got to give them their credit on how they've started the season. And I just wanted to say, commiserations to Manchester United fans. How do you think Erik ten Hag should be sacked or not? Because that conversation is starting today. Conversations of potentially sacking Erik ten Hag again needs to be spoken about starting today, because these kind of performances are sackable offenses in a derby. Guys, Vader, you've not lost this bad in a derby in recent years. You can't speak on that. You lost pretty bad last year. You probably wanted Poch sacked after you lost to Arsenal the way you did away at the Emirates. I don't know about you, Rack. I don't remember the last time you got a beating by a rival. Maybe Man City.
Probably City when the year we won the league, they came to. I think we were a bit drunk.
Yeah.
I can see. I saw Vader in the corner of my eye when I said that.
But enough about that. Talk to me about the game.
Look, I said this on the terrace, right? The sweetest wins are those that come against your biggest rivals, and the most difficult defeats to take are those that come against your biggest rivals. And although we have a rival with various clubs, I mean, look, poet. What can I say? I'm not going to say that. I'll let you say that. Look, but it's always sweet to beat United, and it's even sweeter when we do it at Cantor. And there were no aerial shots of Old Trafford emptying this time, but I'm sure a lot of people left early, and that's about as good as it gets, to be honest, in an individual game. If we were to play them in a final or something like that, maybe that would be that little bit sweeter. But going away to Old Trafford, being 3-0, and this might sound a bit harsh, but being a little bit disappointed it wasn't for is a great feeling. I feel great today, and you know what? It's taken me a bit of a while to kind of get warmed up for the Premier League season. I think every team needs a good win against a rival or a good performance or something like that. For me today, and other people obviously will probably feel differently, but today was the start of the season for me, and yeah, really enjoyed it. It was a great game. We played well. We controlled most of the match. United had a few isolated opportunities. Few opportunities when we were already 3-0 up, so kind of not completely redundant, but once we got into our flow, we made it look relatively easy, and there's clearly a gulf between the teams.
Yeah. I mean,
people in the chat, let me know your thoughts on the Man United game. Vader, you're next. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, there is a huge gulf of quality between the two teams, so I don't think there should be so much harsh criticism of Eric Ten Hag in particular, because he's only able to use what he has. I think Ineos chose to back him for a reason. I think they also need to get him some more quality in that midfield, because that's where the huge difference where we kept seeing these mistakes resulting in goals. And if there's anything that Liverpool are this season, it's being technical, it's being clinical. So it hurts. I mean, my guy, any United fan are probably stressed and upset losing this way at home, but Liverpool are that good. And I think when we talk about Ineos and maybe having some criticisms, for as many Liverpool fans that had criticism for FSG, maybe they saw the quality within the squad and knew that they didn't have to go and spend crazy money in the transfer window, and knew the quality that they had for this upcoming season, because they were in a 3-horse race last season. So I think hopefully everybody calms down, but I don't think you need to be wilding out with Eric Ten Hag out this instance, because this is Liverpool. It is Liverpool. So
that makes it worse. I think you're saying
disagree slightly, Vader. I kind of slightly disagree in the sense.
Okay.
You know what I would say that to you, bro? It's because it's been 3 years now, bro. On some level, if we are saying Ten Hag's been doing this project, been doing this stuff, we've been giving him players, it's year 3 now. On some level, that gap should be bridged, right? I'm pretty sure if you ask any United fan, on some level, that gap should somewhat be bridged by this point. You've been given the players he's been asking for. He's now got probably half the squad he had back in 2019 in Ajax, right? So on some level, yeah, he knows these players. He should be able to work with these players. He's the one he's the one that's choosing these players. He's the one that believes in these players, right? The gap at some point, bro, you have to just look at the manager and be like, it's been 3 years now. We've kind of been under the same situation again. It might be time to move on. But the problem they had was when they went for their managers, I don't know what was going on with Tuchel or some of the other guys. It didn't work out. And then he was just the last man standing again. So I really just do not know what happened in that period to not get you a new manager. Because I've always said you probably need a new manager. You're in a transitionary period. That's what should have happened. But I think Ten Hag is not the man for you. Today, I was really shocked, I have to say, because I wasn't expecting Casemiro to drop that level of a stinker. I'm going to be very honest with you. I know that he had the Crystal Palace stinker. I remember I watched that game and I was like, it can't get any worse than that. And he really topped off his performance against Crystal Palace with the way he just lost the ball there twice.
By the way, Ten Hag just came out with a quote saying that it feels like last year, the same performance, but the goal difference and the XG don't match up.
Okay, he's saying,
yeah, but the problem with
let me read.
I've said this,
United did leave goals. United left some goals on that pitch.
Let me read his exact quote. He's saying, "I don't think it's right to say it feels the same as last year. You concede the XG. We did not concede as many goals. I don't think we are the same. Are in the same pattern. Well done, Liverpool. We have been humbled, and take it." You know what? It's a lot more. It's not as crazy when you read it out. I just seen this part here, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? But then when you actually look at it, the XG was close. The XG was close.
But do you know? But one of the things you've been all said about United's attack is that they're not that clinical. Rashford is not when he's not in his purple patch. He really can't score for you that much. Obviously, Bruno, I don't know what's been happening to Bruno because like usually he's actually the one that does score the goals, but like this season he hasn't scored. It hasn't been as clinical as he once was in the previous 2 seasons. Xerxes, if you watched Bologna, you would already know he doesn't score that many goals. In the box presence is quite limited. And Garnacho, I don't know, man. Garnacho's a young guy in it, so you know he's gonna be always.
Also, can we give Gravenberch a little bit of a shout out?
I mean, most of it.
Gravenberch has actually. I was a bit hesitant about him, and he still has a lot to prove. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to give him so much credit against Ipswich and Brentford. I think he played. I thought he was okay. He did a decent job. But if he keeps putting his performances, then he will get the credit that he deserves because he was good today. He wasn't really playing as a 6, to be fair. He was more of an 8. Like his responsibility was picking up the ball, driving, making runs. He wasn't playing as a traditional 6. So, there's a bit of tempering of the thing there. But just about this XG thing that Ten Hag said, like, don't get me wrong, like I've said before, people who don't really understand stats shouldn't just use stats and throw them around without understanding. No one should be using XG as a metric for any single game. XG is more about the chances you create over a period of time, and that gives you the pattern of what is your chance creation over a period of time. Any individual game, football is a low-scoring sport, and goals sometimes you'll get goals that are very fortuitous or will come from strange situations.
That's awfully rude, Iraq. That's awfully rude. You're telling the coach of United that he doesn't know how to properly use that.
But he's a coach. But he's not. He may not be a proper analyst. He's probably got people who do the analysis for him. He may not be a stats guy, right?
So his perspective is wrong. Is basically what you're saying. His whole comment with regards to XG, he should just shut his mouth.
I think he should have shut his mouth. I think it's misguided.
All right.
I just feel like you're just trying to find an excuse in it. Excuse hype.
Sure.
In terms of like the game and stuff, like United, I feel like they kind of got what they deserved. I don't feel like they were robbed. Do you know when I'm looking at the game?
It could have been worse.
It's one of those where it's like United had chances.
They did.
But it's also like the game state. United never felt like they were in control of what they were doing. Do you know what I mean? As in they were in the game, but it felt fragile. And it was interesting to see, like, you put new players into the team and you're not really getting materially different results. So I feel when that kind of thing happens, you start looking at the tactics, because it's a lot easier at that point to start looking at the tactics when you put multiple different types of players and players that you specifically want. I mean, like, you want Anthony, and then, a couple of years later, he's completely surplus to requirements. That's not to say the player can't be bad, but it's also to say, what are we doing here? It was an all-time, like, to me, you have to sub Casemiro. Even me on Football Manager. Yeah. The player is putting that before. You see it on Football Manager, 5.4. You're like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? And it's like he's passing to the opposition, and you're thinking to yourself, I gotta hook the guy. You're even thinking to yourself, you know what? I don't want to mess up his average rating for the whole season. But forget it, because it's important. So to me, I think at United, just in this kind of game, you can't make the kind of mistakes that you were making. I feel like it really, the game state really exposed certain players and what they were trying to do. No real redeem. I feel like when Spurs, because we were 3-0 down to Arsenal last season. Do you know what I mean? So I do, it can happen. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even one of these people who are like, this is, how dare you go 3-0 down? But like, you don't score a goal, you don't get back into it, things like that. So there's very little, if any, positives you can take from the game. There is no positives. And if you couple the fact that, it's a result where, I guess if you're a United fan, you thought maybe hoped that these kind of results were behind you. Do you know what I mean? Losing 3-0 at home to a rival. So to do that so early in the season,
back-to-back defeats also. Don't forget that.
Back to back, the back you in this Premier League you can lose away games. Like there's a lot of good teams in this Premier League. I don't even hold you if you lose an away game in the Premier League to a top 10.
You see what he's trying to do there? He's trying to protect himself from the Newcastle.
Yeah, he knows the cushion that's coming later. Yeah.
Listen.
Jay's not lying, man. Jay's not lying, man. I hear what Jay's saying. I hear what you're saying, Jay, man.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah. So just
you're trying to protect your team too.
I'm saying that these away games can happen, but I'm saying to lose 3-0 at home, and I think it looks worse because this is a new manager with Liverpool. So it's a manager that's just come in, and you're basically saying, look, you're in year 3 now. You spent a lot of money. How can a new manager who's just come into a side, who has spent nothing, and
10 million he spent, by the way, chat. He's only spent 10 million. The new manager's only spent.
That's what I'm saying. The angles look worse the more context you add. You say, okay, well, he's come into a better side, but then you'll say, well, you've spent X amount in the summer to improve your side. So to me, I think horrible result. Always terrible to get smacking going into international break because it gives you 2 weeks to stew on it. So, horrible for Ten Hag.
Okay, I think it's time. We've waited for Dami. Dami, take it away. Hopefully.
One last thing I was just going to say is, for me, it's going to be really interesting to see what Ineos do, because when you back the manager in the summer and say, we want to go forward with this, how long do you back that decision? Because it is one of the first major decisions in your tenure. How long do you give that decision? Because you don't want people outwardly to be like, oh, the first big decision they made.
The answer is very simple. You just tell them we brought in Ruud van Nistelrooy in case we sacked him, and that's their backup plan.
Is that the case though?
I don't think you justify.
Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to take over.
No, but
if Manchester United sack Ten Hag, Ruud van Nistelrooy is waiting for his.
I don't know. There's a shadow.
No.
There's a shadow. 1 minute.
The reason why I say that, he turned down an actual coaching job as the head coach to come to Man United.
Who's your source?
Yeah, and also
Fabrizio Romano.
I just think it's. I want to say it's Fabrizio Romano. You know what? You know what I would say?
Man asking me like, "Who's your source?" Fabrizio Romano said the man turned down another job.
Now you want to do proper sources. Now
it's salt and pepper sauce.
When I asked you,
listen, don't lie. Salt and pepper chicken's good.
You know what I'll say? The thing is, we already know that obviously Van Nistelrooy has really good experience at PSV. If you actually watch at PSV, he actually played really good football. Maybe they're thinking, listen, we want a bit of that PSV football, but we're gonna basically
manager prop now,
He was actually really good there, bro. I actually watched him there.
I get it. He's an assistant manager. Guys, take it away,
man.
It's 23 minutes in. Vader's got to go in like 20 minutes. We got to get to the next game. Go ahead, Dami. Talk to me.
I'll start off by saying congrats to Liverpool. It's a great win, great game. I'm very well coached side. That is what you call a real Dutch manager, not the fraud Fugazi scheme that we've got going on in OT. Because you can see the contrast. Liverpool have not bought any players, but they have. They bought 2, but one's coming next year and one's in the stands watching, and they look very well coached. There's a little bit of difference in the style of play. That they're a little bit more controlled in possession. They're trying to eradicate like when they're giving away the ball very stupidly, and I think Schlotter said that. I think he even mentioned Trent giving away the ball stupidly. So there's a different sign, in my opinion, to what Klopp was doing to pick up to them. Now on to the negatives. Man United, it's just time to sack this fault, in my opinion. Look, and people keep talking about transfers and this and that and buying players and this and that, but until you're able to have a system in place that means you can control a game in or out of possession, no matter who you buy, doesn't matter because the team is still going to be a mess. So, for example, you're going to bring in Ugarte now. He's going to play next to Kobe. He's going to do a lot more dog work, which is fair enough. But is the game going to be controlled, or you're just going to win the ball back and then he's going to hoof it to the next guy, and then we still lose on transition? It doesn't make any sense. Some of his in-game management decisions, like subbing Garnacho for Rashford, it doesn't make sense. Overall, I think it's time to let go now. I mean, you've got a lot of fans who are Eric Ten Hag out. You've got a lot of fans talking about he's won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Good and well. But at the end of the day, I don't believe we're going to go anywhere with the way that we're playing. And he's been there 3 years. He decided to take a season off to not coach last season. We finished 8th. We got saved by the FA Cup. And now we've played Brighton, who are a good side, fair enough. But Liverpool, who are a good side, fair enough. We played Fulham, who are like, should we say 8th to maybe like, I'm not 12th. So fair enough. But when we play City, when we play Arsenal, when we probably play Chelsea, when we play Spurs, are we going to lose to them? We see Iraola, his tactics have been implemented. We've seen Arne Slot tactics have been implemented. We've seen Slot tactics been implemented. And whatever his name is. We're looking around the league and you're seeing all these managers implement their tactic. But the one guy who has excuses after excuses after excuses is Ten Hag. We've now given him £616 million. We've bought half the Ajax team in because he want the dinner ladies next. I'm sick of this. I think it's just time.
A lot of dinner ladies, man. A lot of dinner ladies.
I'm actually giving coercive points. I'm not doing the whole agenda thing or just saying stupid things about him being bold.
What about Casemiro? Is he finished?
Oh, but he was finished last season. The funniest thing is,
He's very bold, though.
Wait. If you actually watch Real Madrid's Champions League run, he was the worst player in that team. But because Real Madrid won, people let it slide. Tchouaméni was bought before he left. So there was a sign that they were already moving on to him. They saw an idiot willing to pay 70 million and they bit our hand off for it. He's washed. Rashford, I think he's on his last chance now because he can't control the ball. He's doing it with his shin pads. He can create 2 chances, but overall,
damn you say this every year, man. I hear United fans say
No,
Rashford's on his last chance.
They don't say that.
Bro, they said that last season, and now they're saying it again this season. Bro. At some point, let it go, bro. You gotta let it go, bro.
Yo, can I say one thing though?
I'll let him go. I'll let him go. Go on.
Guys, there's something we've spoken about Ten Hag, Manchester United, but Liverpool is Mo Salah the greatest Liverpool player of all time. That's what everyone's speaking about right now.
You can only ask one guy that. In
the Premier League,
I'm not answering that.
Yeah, here we go. And that person is Jay.
Hey, I'm musing. I wasn't even giving it. I was just musing. I was like, the question similar. I wasn't even going to offer an answer. I was just sauteing it a little bit for you, Raps. But over to you, Raps. I'll go on mute.
Look, I think it's important to value your legends, but you should always also leave space and the possibility for someone to overtake them and someone to surpass them. Look, there's a lot of players who in the Premier League era who I didn't get to see at their best, although I did watch them play, like Ian Rush and John Barnes and these guys.
I can saute the question, but man's out here late.
Listen, you don't bring me on here for one-word answers, right?
Jay, let him answer.
Hold on. Let me just ask Raps before you answer this question. Is Salah getting a statue?
He should, along with various other. I mean, look, at Liverpool we've been lucky, right? We've had a number of outstanding players, especially since the Shankly era. Everything from Keegan and Toshak and these guys, Emlyn Hughes. We've had a lot of legends, and I would like to see them all get statues and decorate the surroundings of Anfield, but that's probably not going to happen. I think Stevie was my favourite Liverpool player in the Premier League era. Is my favourite Premier League player, partially, and this might sound a bit counterintuitive, but partially because we didn't win the Premier League with him. He stuck with us through thick and thin. There were a couple of wobbles. Everyone knows the particular wobbles, but he played for his boyhood club from start to finish, and he gave it everything through the good times and the bad. We won some incredible trophies, had some incredible moments, and even when we were shit, he stuck by us. So I don't want to say anything bad again, but Salah has been on the flip side when we've been really, really strong. One of the best teams in the world, one of the top 3 teams, top 4 teams in the world. Salah has been Salah. I would say Salah. Look, there's a few different players. If you ask me to separate Salah and Van Dijk, they've both been exceptional, but for different reasons. Like I don't think Van Dijk has been exceptional. I can't say who I think is better, but Mo Salah is definitely in the conversation.
Hold on, Rack. This is a conversation about Mo Salah, and you just brought up Van Dijk. Are you trying to say that it's close between Van Dijk and Mo Salah in terms of who's kind of like been the greatest? Okay, wow, absolutely,
yeah,
all right,
absolutely,
all right. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think it's very uncomfortable for you and many other Liverpool fans to have to say Mo Salah.
Do I look uncomfortable? Do I look uncomfortable?
No. I see. I see.
Listen.
Your knee is twitching. It's off camera, but your knee's
but they know he's Gerrard, isn't it? You know what I mean? He's the one.
There you go. It's twitching. You got me, Vader. You got me.
One more thing, Demi. Do you ask questions about any other players in your team? Marcus Rashford, Alessandro Martinez, what are you saying?
Bruno Fernandes, I've never rated him. I would say Anana's a shit goalkeeper. Let's just.
Oh my gosh!
I can't save anything. With his feet, but that's it.
Just go through the team. Who do you rate?
Martinez, Delit is. I like Delit. I like Mazra. I like the back four, but one of them's not a left back. I like Kobe. I'm not a fan of Garnacho, but I don't mind him. And Xerxes new. That's who.
By the way, Mo Salah has the same amount of Premier League goals at Old Trafford as Garnacho does.
What's embarrassing?
Bro, Xerxes is really slow, you know. I didn't deep how slow Xerxes is, by the way.
He's a 9.5. He's like a 10.
When I was watching him in Serie A, like maybe because Serie A is like a lot slow league, so I didn't really know.
And there you've answered your question.
But I was like, but I didn't think. But I thought like you would still have some level of patience.
That's why certain scouts. That's the difference between scouts and stuff, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Can I ask Danny a question?
Yeah, go on.
We got to go to City.
Yeah, but real quick, with Ineos investing or making the decision to keep Ten Hag for another season. Are you right now? I know it's only game week 3, but are you expecting a worse season based off of what you're seeing right now? Like, are you seeing a trophyless season? Are you seeing outside of top 7 this season?
Trophyless. I could probably back us to win something because it seems like we somehow know how to scam trophies because we've been in like 4 cup finals since this guy's been here. In terms of league position, we're not. I predict top 4. I don't believe we are anymore. I think Chelsea may finish above us. That's 5.
What about Tottenham?
I think Tottenham maybe, but they do seem to be losing. They've lost 1 or 2 out of their first 3 already, and I think Aston Villa. We lost 1, sorry, and I think Aston Villa, depending on what happens in the UCL, how many injuries they get, will finish above us. So it'll be out us, Newcastle, and Spurs for like 6th, 7th, 8th. So we could because of the strength of the league.
There's teams like West Ham,
right? No. Because of the strength of the league, we could finish 8th. We could. Why not?
Yeah. Well, no, I can definitely. We're better than you. Like, as in, like Spurs have their issues. Spurs have their issues. But from what I've seen from these first 3 games, I'm like, we're better than United.
I've gone up against Brendan Johnson and Timo Werner, but you're better.
That's absolutely fine. But how many goals have you guys scored in the first 3 games?
Wait, we scored 2. How many have you scored?
You guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's the issue, man.
You guys know something? Man United. Funny stat: Man United is the only team to not score this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah,
that's the thing about United. By the way, United,
they did play Liverpool
last season. Last season, you could score goals.
Bro, West Ham scored.
I know, but also look. United was shocking today, right? But they look, and I don't want you got to put everything in context.
They were shit.
But the first half against Brighton, for example, we all know, as I'm sure you can agree, Miguel, Brighton are a very good team. Last week, first half, they were probably the better team at Brighton. So it's not completely out of the question that they improve. What I will say, I've got a question for Dami, though. Because I know Igal used, him and his pal Fabrizio, they seem to think that Ruud van Nistelrooy is coming in. But there's a bigger shadow that hangs over that United job. There's a bigger a name which many people have talked about. A name that looms large.
Thomas Tuchel.
And his name is the former England manager,
No.
Southgate.
Southgate.
Nah.
You know what? I completely
Because we
forgot
know
about that.
we know Ineos, we know Ineos, and we
Nah,
know
this
what's his
is-
name? What's his name? The sporting director. We know they go way back.
Rax is back.
And
Rax
Gal,
is
you know,
you need
Rack
Ramsey.
is-
I'm just asking.
that is
I'm
nasty,
asking a
Rack,
question.
man.
I'm asking.
Rack is
I'm
doing
asking a
that.
question.
Rack is nasty, bro.
I'm
That
asking
was
a
nasty,
question.
Rack. He
I was
hit him
thinking-
with the single. That
Yo,
was a
would you
nasty
take
single.
Southgate? Yes or no?
No, we'll fold the club.
Okay, okay, guys.
Nah, Rax is right, you
We've
know.
gone on. 1 second. We've gone on for 35 minutes. We've gone on for 35 minutes. We got to move on. The next topic is, of course, Erling Haaland, hat-trick hero once again. The guy scored back-to-back hat tricks, but somehow Mo Salah still keeping up with him in fantasy with another clean sheet and 2 goals and 2 assists and a goal. But forget about fantasy for a second. This guy is living a fantasy. He scored 7 goals already this season, the fastest anybody has gotten to 7 goals in to start a Premier League campaign. He has more hat tricks than his age. That's not normal. He has 24 hat tricks, guys. Like, that's just not normal. Also, when it comes to Erling Haaland's goals scored, he scored 69 goals in 69 games. What the fuck is going on?
Listen. There's so much praise. The last time I was on this show on the weekend, we kind of talked about Haaland after that hat trick, and I didn't even have enough to say about it then. I'm trying to find the adjectives.
He's the best striker in Premier League history.
There's no question. There's no question. And his career's not even over yet. Listen, no, it's not too early to say that. The proficiency that the proficiency that he is scoring right now, we've never seen anything like it. So it's fair to say that because he's broken the goal scoring record in a season, right? So he's already done something that the greats weren't able to do, or the greats have done, and he's done better, right? It's in his early stage of his career, and I think if you want to say greatest of all time, that takes time to do. If you want to say the most clinical striker, he's doing it. The proficiency speaks for itself. Now, I love that rivals early days were saying, you know what, he can only score in one type of way. He's a tap-in. He doesn't have the versatility. He can't score in multiple ways. Who cares? Who cares if what you're able to do is so proficient, is so exact? So I see him evolving as a player. I see that he's not the complete player yet. But what he's able to do right now, he knows his role. He knows what he's good at and what he's not good at, and he doesn't even try to do all that stuff yet. He'll maybe practice it on the training pitch, but he's not trying to do it in game until he's mastered it. And if he stays healthy, guys, that's the only thing. This chair's made of wood. If he stays healthy, the record books are done. The record books are done. Because I saw some ridiculous stat. He is currently projected at a quicker pace than Messi and Ronaldo were at this stage of their career. And he is a striker. It's not like a forward becoming a striker. It's not like a wing midfielder able to be proficient in Messi and being out there on the wing. This is a man that's a fox in the box in the middle. All he wants to do is score. His ego is also like this, by the way. He's like, I don't need to be involved in the play. No, I'm okay with 2 touches and 2 goals. He knows what he wants to do for this club and in 90 minutes, and I'm so grateful for it. It's no coincidence, Jay, it's no coincidence that when he came to this club, we won a treble. It's no coincidence. Go ahead.
Do you know what I was going to say? It's actually, I was actually a bit in 2 minds, because I used to say Mr. Hypothetical Man that's in Germany. I thought he'd be the perfect player to go. But obviously, there's
Jay's old guy.
Jay's old guy, Mr. Hypothetical. If Man City had Harry Kane, then they loud.
That was tired talk.
What I will say though is, I was a half and half critic or whatever you want to call it of Haaland. I didn't like certain conversations he was put in, and sometimes I still don't, because, for example, like we have to be honest, he will never be a Messi or Ronaldo. But if you
wait, no, I gotta challenge you, Daddy. Hold on. When you say he'll never be a Messi or Ronaldo, what are you talking about? Gravitas?
I'm just talking about in terms of influence in the game outside of quote unquote scoring a goal.
Okay.
Isn't scoring a goal the biggest?
Yeah. But this is JJ. This is where the praise comes.
What about where you played the football the way sometimes people are known more so for their dribbling, their ability to pass. You know, there's certain players that are known for their passes more so than the way they score. So
But
I don't
what
think
I'll also say is, though, quickly, is that when you have to start appreciating players for what they are and what they do. And when you look at Haaland, the goal scoring rates that he's scoring at, I'm sorry, but it is
69 goals in 69 games.
Did he not?
You know what I would say?
Did he not score a hat trick last weekend? Correct me if I'm
yeah, he
wrong.
did back to back.
Back to back at West Ham. West Ham's not an easy place to go.
If he gets another hat trick, he'll be the first Premier League
He-
player in Premier League
he-
history
bro.
to get 3 hat tricks in a row. Harry Kane's done it before where he got 2 in a row, but nobody else ever gotten 3 in a row.
You know what I would say about Haaland? The reason why I said I wouldn't put him in the EPL just yet is just one word: longevity. I need to see this year over. I think for me, 3 to 4 year period. I think now I think he's in year 3. If it does in year 3 for me, I'm more than happy to say this guy's gonna happen. Because I actually on my stream earlier today, someone calculated that if he scores in his current score rate and doesn't get injured, he'd probably in 6 seasons in the next. One other 6 seasons can reach what Alan Shearer did. So
Right now,
again,
nobody's comparing him to R9. Nobody should be comparing him
no,
to
Alan Shearer. I'm
No,
comparing
in,
to Alan Shearer.
in the league.
Yeah, so that's what Alan Shearer is
But when I say we're not comparing him to all time in all football, yes, but in the Premier League, he needs to dominate the Premier League a couple more years.
Exactly,
and
bro. That's what I'm
continue to
saying.
get those records.
Rax, would you say he's better than anyone you've had, Rax?
Luis Suarez up there.
Better all round as an all round attacking. I think Suarez is better. But I think
no.
Bro, I'll be honest. Suarez is better than him all around game left foot.
I think Suarez.
We're not talking about all round. We're talking about.
1 second.
Okay. If you want to say pure, if someone say pure goal scorer, sure, I'll say Haaland. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. But if you look at if you look at Suarez's influence on Liverpool in the 13-14 season, he made our whole team better. He equaled the 38 game scoring record, which Haaland broke by a couple of goals. Okay.
Yep.
In a much worse team, he was the driving force behind us getting to going to the last couple. When Stevie slipped and all that kind of stuff. But he was a force of nature. That Sturridge, Suarez, and Sterling partnership in the second half of that season was absolutely incredible. We lost 2 games that season, but I'm not as a pure goal scorer. I will say Haaland is the best I've seen in the Premier League. But I will say if Harry Kane, if Harry Kane had gone to City, I think he would. No, I think he's capable of. No,
Stop it! I'm interrupting you because I don't want you to finish that sentence. No.
That's because you're worried about what I was going to say.
I'm not worried about it. Harry Kane does not do this. He does not do this coming to City. I'm telling you.
He may not get exactly the same number, but he will get close to that because Harry Kane is a clinical finisher. And the question is, if all round, because we know. I think it's fair to say. I think most people will agree here. All round again. Is Harry Kane a better player currently, or at that point was a better player all round than Haaland? Would he have extracted more out of the whole City forward line, whole City team? I think it's potentially. We don't know. We don't.
I don't even think Harry Kane's better than Aguero, and Aguero wasn't able to do it at City. So that's why.
But all I would say is for me, like I think when you look at what Haaland's doing and the age, you got to take into account his age.
100%.
For me, like. It's like there's a couple of like Suarez for me was the best striker in his generation. I used to push for Lewandowski, but I think overall the season Suarez had at Barcelona, I think he got like 40 in the league, and that to me is the same as what Haaland's doing now. It was a similar level. Apart from Suarez, then you have say like Lewandowski, but you could say that Lewandowski, when he should have won the Ballon d'Or, he was at this level kind of too. So it's the prolonged nature of what Haaland's doing for me that's what stands him apart from like a lot of the other strikers from previous eras. And I think he's got a big claim to be like, is he the best striker of the last 20, 30 years? He's starting to. I think a lot of people will try and argue the narrative at the moment, but to me, I'm like, if I'm looking at what I'm looking at, you're already only talking about like the Suarez's and stuff who you're comparing him to. He's better than the David Villas and all those kind of guys already. Do you know what I mean? So now we're talking about the best of the best that we're comparing Haaland to. So
Let's see what the
Vader,
people in the comments say.
Vader, I have a question.
1 second though. I just want to
go
make it clear. The conversation is not is he the best striker in Premier League history. The conversation is he the most clinical striker in Premier League history?
Yes.
yeah, obviously.
Yes.
And yes, the answer for that one will be yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's easy.
And also,
Yeah.
can we just speak about City's game quickly?
Yeah.
Or is
They
there-
just-
or is
let's
there
not bother.
anything you want to talk
I mean,
about?
Igal, what is there to say, bro? They won the game as usual. Like it's like as usual. Like, at this
usual.
point, you know what I mean? That's
One
crazy.
thing, guys, I've got one thing to add though. I've got one thing to add. It's a
Go
bit
ahead.
scary that Man City are known for being late starters to the league, and they've won 3 out of 3. Also, they're looking like an oiled machine. KDB looks younger. He's fit. He's playing in front of the plane rather than in behind, if that makes sense. So normally he's in the front. And
Don't-
quickly, I'm not trying to give away, but Foden and the midfield general are to come.
Yeah,
Rodri and
chill,
Foden are not
chill.
playing. That's the craziest thing.
Chill,
Bro,
chill,
Foden
chill.
is not even. I don't think Foden starts pitch.
But mate, I feel sick.
Yeah, I don't want all. That's too many facts. I don't want those facts out there just yet. We're moving quietly, slowly. I mean,
Just
it's
trying to
still
keep
gonna be.
You
Yeah,
got
look
to
at
look
Vader.
at the international break,
Look.
right? Use your international
Oscar
break.
Bob is coming as well in like December. For fuck's sake.
No, but you know what the crazy thing is though? Erling Haaland has more goals than every other team bar Liverpool.
Did you see that stat here where it was like Erling Haaland has more goals in the Premier League since his time than Everton? You see that?
What?
Yeah. He's 6 off. So he has 6 less in the Prem than Everton, and he has more goals in all competitions than Everton since he's been here.
Since Haaland has joined the Prem, I believe has double the amount of goals, and the next closest is Salah.
Crazy. Guys, we got a super chat. Let me just read this out quickly and we're going to end off the Liverpool topic. Netweed says, Paul, will second Teta win a league inside 5
Seasons.
5 seasons.
Oh,
despite
yeah,
outspending
I think second Teta is a slander name, Igal.
Yes.
He's throwing me off. He's throwing me off.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't make sense? I don't know if Netweed's an Arsenal fan, if I'm not mistaken.
He's like it's like the slow realization, like
Your own guy. Your own guy to turn you against you.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna get the computer to read it. So just 1 second.
okay.
Will 2ND Tito win the league inside 5 SSNS despite outspending Klopp, and will the fake Arteta FC fans ever stop crying about the EFF? Yes, no.
I'm glad that's clear.
Okay, I'm gonna have to save this for the Arsenal section. Okay.
Strong question, Netweed.
I'm gonna
great
save this. You know what? Should we just go to the Arsenal section now?
Why
since
not?
it's February?
Yeah, man. Let's enjoy
City
it.
paid money. First of all, Arsenal fans
Great
make
super
it.
chat.
Before you go, I haven't seen your Twitter. Like, I genuinely haven't seen your Twitter, so I
Do you
don't
want to see
know.
what guess what it looks like?
I don't know how much or how little
Take a
you've
guess.
been bitching and crying about
Take a
what
guess.
happened.
Take a
yesterday.
guess.
So I'll let you open with that. Please,
Take a
could you?
guess.
Okay,
could you-
I will.
I think
I
Igal's
will-
probably
how
been all about the
How
rap.
about I show you my Twitter? First, I said, "Are you effing kidding me?" Second,
Okay, good to know you took it well,
Then
Igal.
I said,
Okay.
Then I said, Chris Kavanagh is definitely a Man City fan.
Okay, so
Wow.
And then I wasn't done.
Doing background checks is
I wasn't
crazy.
done.
man.
By the way,
my head is
by the way,
gone. Okay,
I
perfect.
admitted-
Yeah,
I
perfect.
admitted my head was gone.
Yeah,
I admitted
absolutely.
my head was gone. Then I went to go on to say, yeah, another day Arsenal's opponents doing violent conduct and getting away with it.
Okay.
And
yeah.
then finally, Chris Kavanagh needs to be investigated
Okay,
for match
good.
fixing.
Glad.
And-
Okay.
And Chris Kavanagh is the man of the match for
Okay.
Brighton.
Can we just give a round of applause?
Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly ask?
Yeah, let's give him a round of applause, bro. Let's give him a round of applause, man.
Where is your tweet saying, you know what? It was silly for Declan to kick the ball. He gave the referee a decision. He was a bit unlucky to be sent off, but he gave the ref a decision to make. Where's your tweet?
I don't think he was even sent off for kicking the ball. One second. I think he was sent off because Danny Welbeck said this guy's taking too long to he's delaying the game.
No.
No.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's in the official FIFA rules.
You know what I was saying?
The Danny Welbeck clause.
Yeah. You know what I was saying to you, Igor? Yeah, you know, basically, you guys were complaining when João Pedro kicked the ball and he didn't see his yellow card, right? So the referee in his mind already had like something in the back of his head. The next time someone kicks the ball when there's not meant to be a delay in the game, he's gonna call it.
If anything, you sensitize the referee to the ball kicking thing. Because if you guys, and by the way, Arteta, in that clip here, when João Pedro kicks the ball, I just want to say from context point of view, there's an element of frustration in what he does versus trying to deliberately delay the game. But the one thing from that clip that was the most overriding thing to me was, where the fuck was Arteta standing? Yeah, like that to me was the biggest thing of the whole clip. It was like this guy was in between both technical areas. He was stood right in the middle of both of them. And I was like, listen, when Ben White is undoing keepers' gloves and doing dark arts, you love it. When Kai Havertz is diving and not getting a second yellow card, you ain't complaining about the letter of the law. But now, when this happens, all I'm hearing from Arsenal fans is the ball was rolling. So you want to know what that tells me? It tells me that you've already conceded, that Declan Rice shouldn't have done it. And now you're trying to look for a technicality as to why he should be let off. You're not saying his conduct wasn't worthy of a book. And that to me is the biggest thing.
Okay, 1 second. I don't think he got 1 second. I don't think he got the yellow card for actually kicking the ball. Number one. Number two, no. I think he got the yellow card because he went down after getting kicked in the leg and was staying down for a while, and that caused the delay in the game, and that's the reason why he got the yellow card. I've never seen the yellow card. This is what the referee
delaying the restart because he kicked the ball away. I've never seen a yellow card given for somebody because they're lying on the floor.
Because he kicked the ball away. He delayed the restart by sitting down on the ground after getting kicked in the leg.
So my question is, can someone remind me, because I haven't rewatched it, how long did it take from Rice going down to him getting the red? Or the second how long?
Like 2, 3, 4 seconds. The
it was
No. Everyone walked over. Every single person walked over. Declan Rice is still sitting on the ground. The whole Brighton team came into Declan Rice and said, "You're faking it. Get up." And he's like, "Well," and then he said, "I'm not faking it." He said, "You."
Did he say wallahi? Did he say wallahi?
No.
No way. The reason why I asked this question here is because you said the ball was moving. I'm sorry, but you can see that the referee probably can't see the ball moving. He just sees the ball and he sees someone trying to kick it, sees someone kick it away, and he's going red. He's not thinking, "Oh damn, the ball's." He can't probably see where the ball's moving. He can just see the ball is there. So I don't see. It's fine.
He didn't just walk over to him and just give him the second yellow right away. He
didn't see the ball moving. He didn't see the ball moving. He couldn't.
Bro, everyone is thinking he just walked over and said second yellow right away. No,
I didn't say that.
He actually. Did you guys watch the game? Did you guys see the incident?
Yes.
It took a while.
Oh my god!
I'm actually 1 second. I have Discovery Plus. I'm gonna actually watch it.
I'm looking for it now. I'm literally looking for it now.
Read the super chat. That's quite hilarious. The blue one. Read that. Because it's true. You've been crying about the ref since 2008. Where's the title? Bro, he can't keep doing this. Every year it's ref. You can't keep doing this. You can't. Any comments to that? Hello?
Listen.
You know what the question? You know what the problem is, guys? At the end of the day, bro, they could have won that game. But listen, Kai Havertz is the most erratic guy I've seen. Listen, I saw him at my club, and with you guys, it's just crazy. The hardest chance he scores in the game, but when he was just 1v1, all he had to do just put it into the back of the net of ease, brother. I don't even know what he did, bro. I don't even know how he did that, bro. How did he do that, bro? Like, and then it just feigns belief, bro.
I've just watched it. It's BBC highlights, so maybe they may have cut something out. But it looks like it's about 10 seconds ago. And on BBC Match of the Day, unless they've cut something out, it looks like it's about 10 seconds.
I physically have, what do you call it, Discovery Plus, right?
But
And I'm not going to show it to you guys, but I just watched it and it took 24 seconds.
Okay, Igal, look, let me
Okay.
let me
That's not enough for.
Arsenal played well, by the way, after the red. Well, Brighton did, but Arsenal had chances to score. So, can you address why you wasted so many chances after going to 10 men down?
Yeah, can we speak about Saka's end product in that game? Can we speak about that?
Hello? I'm talking. I asked you a question.
Igal's frozen.
Okay, you guys don't realize. 1 second. I'm doing some research in the middle of the show.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
First of all,
I'll ask this to the panel.
Declan, just to give you guys a play-by-play of what happened. Declan Rice goes down after getting kicked. Then before he was getting kicked, he was looking at the referee saying, "You're not going to call that," and then the referee doesn't call nothing. Then what happens is he goes down after getting kicked. Veltman makes his case to the referee. Danny Welbeck makes his case saying this guy's still killing time. They give him the second yellow. In my opinion, they said the refereeing VAR website thing on Twitter said they gave it to him because of he delayed the game. The delayed the game was not kicking the ball away.
What you're saying, kicking the ball away also delays the restart of the game, right? You agree that kicking the ball away also delays the restart of the game. So you've put a hypothesis. But you've put a hypothesis.
It's a wild hypothesis, anyway.
Even if he didn't kick the ball away. Even if he didn't kick the ball away.
He did, and that's what he got booked for.
1 second. That's not what he got booked for. He got booked 20 seconds later.
You're not sure what he got booked for, but you do know that he delayed the game. And in both instances, kicking the ball away and what you're suggesting is part of delaying the game. We don't know which one's which, but he delayed the game. He deserved it.
Okay. Listen, let's talk about this, though. You guys want to talk about missed chances? Bukayo Saka should have had an opportunity.
Yeah, his end product in that game was poor.
He didn't capitalize, but Kai Havertz also had a similar situation. He should have capitalized, didn't do it. Fair enough. Also, the goal that we conceded was sloppy, but we just went down to 10 men. You can somewhat excuse it. At the end of the day, it's 2 points dropped, but we easily could have lost that game. We faced 19 shots out of the whole entire 22 shots in the game in the second half after we went down to 10 men. We suffered in the second half.
Could you do me a favor? Could you talk about your captain? How did he play?
Who? Martin Odegaard?
Yeah, how did he play? Because
Martin Odegaard did not have a good game.
And do you have concerns about his pass selection?
Yeah, do you have concerns?
Transition, in the sense that he can't seem to find players in open space or make passes that split the defense.
That was one chance.
Okay.
That was one chance in the game where you seen a clip that Mo posted and you're trying to come. The thing is, we can be critical. Martin Odegaard did not have the best of games. I'm not going to sit here and act like all of a sudden in the next game versus Tottenham away he's going to act like this and be.
No, but can I ask a question, please?
Yeah.
When Odegaard is having a poor game, right? And obviously, as an Arsenal fan, you don't expect that to happen often.
Okay.
When he does, who do you look to maybe change things around?
Bukayo Saka steps up.
No, I guess in a position of Odegaard, is there a person or is there a player that can come off if he's not having the game that's needed?
He allegedly plays for.
Oh, you're asking in the case that Martin Odegaard needs to be substituted.
Vieira.
At this moment in time, we don't have too many players that can play that 10 position. We'd have to play a completely different way. If Martin Odegaard comes off the pitch, we'd either have to put Kai Havertz in there, play Ethan, or completely go with an industrial midfield and have the wingers and the fullbacks do a lot of the creativity from wide.
So one follow-up question to that then. When you, during the transfer window, was looking for the certain players to be coming in, the profiles, were you ever looking? Eze. You wanted Eze as well.
I wanted Eze who can cover the 10 and cover the wing. But of course, we didn't fill every position, but we did a decent job filling the midfield, getting Moreno, getting a left back in thing, and finally at that final day, finding a stopgap signing in Raheem Sterling.
I'm not hating on your transfer window. I just want that. Yeah. Okay.
Also, you're one of the people who's upset that we got Raheem Sterling. So
I wasn't hating on your transfer. I think you got a good transfer.
We need to ask this question. Beta, do you actually think Sterling's a good signing for them? I actually want to ask you that question.
Yeah, I actually do. It's a free loan.
By the way,
I'd say that's
let
a
me
good.
finish.
I would
It's a
not
good
say
Let
signing.
me
anything.
finish. Let me
I would
finish
not say
answering the
that's
super
it.
chat, guys. Regardless of the red did change the game, but we had chances to capitalize. We didn't do that. Also, we saved our own asses from losing that game. We could have lost that game numerous times. They had so many shots in goal. You got to give the goalkeeper man of the match once again. That's 3 games in a row. That's 3 games in a row. Where
Is that a point gained or 2 points dropped? A point gained or 2 points dropped?
Some of their shots were
end of the game, bro, it's 2 points dropped because we were
Some of
in
their shots were
position of
terrible.
strength.
One guy had
It's 2 points dropped because we're in the position of
And he
strength.
he had a GK.
I'm
Crazy.
like, why you hit it back?
Yeah, he hit it straight at Raya. By the way, no more excuses. Everyone's saying the reality is I'm gonna get emotional after games. That's just how it is. I'm not gonna sit here and be like a robot and be like, we should have won the game regardless. No, fuck that shit. That the referee fucked us over.
Yeah, no, Arsenal have the most emotion. Arsenal have the most emotion.
By the way, he also said, Arteta, I still expect us to challenge for this league. We're the first to buckle. That is a big point we need to speak about. Liverpool won their game. City won their game. Arsenal's the first team to drop points out of the 3 teams that have been challenging last year. Let's see what happens. It's a long season. You don't count your chickens in September, April, August.
And it's
You
a
count
hell
it
of
at the end.
it's a hell of a game next up, isn't it?
Guess what? We know it's a
Who are you
tough
playing? What's next?
I can't lie, man.
Tottenham away next. We got Tottenham away next, and Declan Rice is not going to play that game. But guess what? We've beaten you many times over the last.
I can't lie, man. Tottenham, I can't even lie. Tottenham, man. After what happened to you guys,
Bro, we
Newcastle,
need
to win.
it, bro.
You need to win, bro.
Yeah,
You
know
to
what?
win,
I
man.
think you segued us perfectly. Let's talk about Tottenham. You
I
lost
have to
today.
leave, by the way.
Yeah, talk about that.
Oh shit, yo, we never spoke about Chelsea.
We'll speak about Chelsea quickly before I leave. Like,
All right, talk to me.
The problem with
Go on.
Chelsea today, yeah, was that once it became 1-1, we became rattled and we weren't clinical enough at the end. That's what it came down to, bro.
How many chances
Jackson,
did you have to win?
5 big chances. We created 5 big chances, particularly in the second half, yeah.
Who did they fall to? Who did they fall to?
You know who, man. Sadly, it came to my guy Jackson. And,
Speak on it.
you know,
And Madueke.
the Madueke chances, I'll be honest, those ones, Dean Henderson did a fantastic save. Like, I can't even criticize Madueke for those chances, right? But Jackson, oh my goodness me. It was like
So
the
are
last
Chelsea back?
93rd minute yet, in the 93rd minute, bro. It was 1v1. All he had to do, toe poke it, just to the side on his left foot, and he decides to use his left foot, bro, and kick it at the keeper. Point blank, just kick it at the keeper, bro. And it was like, if you just scored that, bro, you would have won that game 2-1 and kept it pushing. But at the same time, it's the 3rd game of the season, and it's the 3rd game of the season. Maybe you know, more reps. Maybe you need some more reps in at the end of the day.
Being clinical isn't easy. I know Haaland makes it look easy, but being clinical
And you know
ain't
what was crazy
easy.
today, guys? You know what was crazy today? Our back line today was actually good. My back line today, yeah, was amazing, by the way, yeah. It was sensational. But the issue was, yeah, that was it called, yeah. My attack today was the issue. Madueke got tired in the second half, didn't get replaced soon enough by Mariska. Mudryk actually played good for us when he came on. He actually put in a couple of crosses, but just the chances did not go in. That's what it was.
Talk to me
Enzo,
about
by the
Jackson.
way, Enzo, quickly before I go to Jackson, Enzo, I need him off my team, bro. Hold bench, please. I need my guy like
Oh, he's the untouchable.
Second
The
half.
untouchable.
that second half that he had, bro.
Record
I can't
signing.
even speak on it. I can't, bro. Get him out of my club, bro. Get him out of my
Record
he's
Did
signing.
did
Alright, what
Caicedo and
about
Thingy
Jackson?
did
Talk about
Caicedo
Jackson.
did Caicedo and Thingy's play? What's
Jackson,
his name?
quickly before I leave. He's a young ready yet, bro. That's
New
already- he's
contract
too raw.
until 2033.
He deserved the contract because he actually did score us.
2033. What?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they're for a contract, man.
That's not true. That's not true.
Wallahi,
true.
that's
It
the
is true.
contract.
It is true.
It's true. It's true.
2033.
You're in the
He
dark
signed-
on this one, Rack. You're in the dark.
He signed a new one, if I'm correct. So that's
Yeah,
Yeah, till
listen,
2033.
Yeah, man. It's
But
true, bro. Jackson.
Is this
I
a new
got tied out,
contract?
though.
An
I actually have to
additional
do that now,
contract?
but
Alright,
No,
peace
it's a new
out.
contract. They've extended his
Later,
contract.
Ahmed. Bye, Ahmed. By the way, anybody want anything else to say on Chelsea? Because I'm just gonna say this: they thought they were back after last week. We seen guys saying we're gonna challenge. We seen what do you call it? Renowned Tottenham fan on Talksport say that he thinks Chelsea can challenge if they get Victor Osimhen. They didn't get Victor Osimhen, but they still think that these guys are guaranteed top 4. They're going to be inconsistent. Maresca's first season. These players are very young. There's going to be inconsistencies, and Crystal Palace's defense is much better than Wolves. You're not going to score 6 past them. But yeah, Chelsea could have easily won that game. They just didn't capitalize on their chances. And it kind of reminds me of another team, Arsenal also. We didn't do that either. But hey, it is what it is. And Netweed comes in with another super chat and says, I mean, Here's an idea: score one more goal.
Who is that to? Who is that to?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Anyways,
wrong.
you guys got anything else to say on Chelsea, or should we just move on? I think that was very nice and quick. Nothing more
Yeah,
to be said.
How did I didn't watch them. How did Lavia play? Did he play?
He's injured. I think.
He's injured, no?
I think he's injured.
Oh, really? Okay.
He played the first game of the season and hasn't played since.
It was funny. Yeah, he's injured.
No. I mean, he played well the first game, right? And obviously he came off a whole season last year being injured.
He didn't play this game. He's still injured.
Okay.
He has a hamstring injury. He's going to be back mid-September.
He's like Naby Keita.
Well, yeah.
I think.
I hope for the kid's sake that that's not true. But
I hope so. I hope so.
Did Lavia have a knee injury recently?
despite the fact that you brought it up,
I don't know.
Did Lavia have a knee injury recently? Because when you have a knee injury, you're
Vader, I see that halo. Vader, I see that halo over your head.
One second, guys. Understand, Lavia had an ankle injury, and he had and he's been having a lot of hamstring problems. And when you have hamstring problems, it's usually because of usually that happens more and more. It's very susceptible to get that same injury again. And he also had a muscle tear, so he's had a similar injury 3 times in the same area. So in his short career at Chelsea, it's what can you really say? Like, he's been suffering from injuries. But yeah, that's enough about Lavia. Let's go to Tottenham. Jay, Tottenham own you guys. I mean, Newcastle own you guys. Newcastle own Tottenham. On a regular basis, they beat you guys.
Before Jay speaks, what was his prediction?
My prediction.
Was Tottenham to win?
Probably. Oh, listen, I predict Tottenham to listen. If you go for my predictions, Tottenham 38 wins, no draws, no defeats. Do you know what I mean? That's it. I predict Tottenham to win every. Don't go off that.
I won't listen to your predictions anymore. Then.
Right? No, I didn't say that. But the game itself, we played pretty well. Like, all in all, it was I saw improvement in the side from what we went there and did last season. Like, we were controlled the game more, created more. But at the moment, it's kind of like, I think we've had maybe 30. I think we've had 35 shots in the last 2 away games, and we scored 2 goals. So that's the main issue. Our out of possession is still a little, we can see. For me, it's kind of like the team. I'm annoyed because the team works so hard to get back into the game and to create chances and to be on top. And it's almost like a laziness or a casualness of we've got this and not concentrating in every moment. We switched off for a throw-in. We switched off in the press. And they got 2 cheap goals. So too early for it to mean
Why
anything.
was Van de Ven out?
I think he just had a little niggle, and they want to rest him before the North London derby. But you never know. Dragusin,
who switched off in the midfield? Or are you talking about your defense?
So basically, it's kind of like, for me, we're not compact. When you lose the ball and stuff like that, we're not the spacing and stuff like that. It's a little easy to play through us. And Maddison goes to press Joe Linton, and I think he's actually just been booked. Otherwise, he would probably take the guy out, I think. But so he misses the press. They get out. They play a straight through ball. Then you've got a slight inconsistency in defense, which I'll put down to Romero played on the left, not the right today. Yeah. So Romero's stepped up. Yeah. Oh, the rest of the line hasn't stepped up. Now, you've now got one guy running one way and you kind of holding your position. And all in all, what you get is this thing where then you're running, pass it across, it's a goal. Very, very simple, easy goal. It looks a lot worse. It's a bit like, like how you can see to Ipswich and stuff. If you have a poor transition or you're too open, it happens. I've seen us play City under Jose and Conte and score similar type goals to the type of goals we conceded today. So the team's just got to be better. We're not. If I was to say the big thing for us at the moment is we're not finishing with conviction. We're not clinical. Our players aren't there. If I look at like a Liverpool and I look at maybe like the age profiles of Liverpool's attackers, You know, they're all kind of the good one. They're all in like their late 20s. Do you know what I mean? Like so they're more mature decision making, more mature context around that. But all in all, you know, just not really good enough from a result point of view. But the performance, I'm not upset about.
I think you guys, similar to Chelsea, should have punished them, but you couldn't capitalize on any of your chances. And when it comes to Newcastle, they were extremely clinical with their chances. They were unselfish in front of goal, making the extra pass, getting that chance, especially like the Isaac goal. Also, their midfield with Tonali back, Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Tonali is really decent midfield. Like compare that to a lot of midfields in the league. That's much better than the majority of the midfields in the league. Anthony Gordon, Isaac, and whoever else you put next to them, be it Harvey Barnes or whatever. That's a really decent attack. Their issue is their defense. Their defense, Newcastle is susceptible at times, and you guys couldn't really get at them because they played at home. They had a really compact team out of possession, and in possession, it was quickly one ball over the top, and your defense split like the sea. It was just crazy. How your defenders were split wide open in the mid, and you just see Isaac or whoever else is getting the ball, and you could have won that game. You had the better chances at times, but they were just.
It wasn't a good showing. Let me add to that. It wasn't a good showing when you got that next game coming up, Jay. When you got the fact that you were looking that way against Newcastle, and you're going to be facing, and you could already see the little smirk forming in Igal's face right now. The fact that you guys are going to have that coming up, that's going to be dangerous. Like, whatever predictions you have, I think you should be very, very humble with it, because you can't play that way against Newcastle and play that way against Arsenal.
Can do it.
Hold on. Hold on. This is called the end of that.
Hold on. One second.
Listen. Listen. My thing is that I'll look at these performances like, so I'll be like Leicester, Everton, this game, and I'll be like, across the games we're playing with more conviction and more control than, and it's like there is a learning curve and a savviness that comes. But I will also say that Rice being out, so I'm going to look at when we played Arsenal last season. Yeah. When we drew with them 2-2 earlier in the season, when Rice got subbed at half time, we were in control possession wise and in the game second half. And out of possession, they're going to miss Rice's energy and closing of gaps and things like that. We played against Joe Linton, Longstaff, and Bruno today. Very mobile, very aggressive, very high pressing, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm not saying that it's going to be, oh, we're going to win or we're favourites, but Rice missing is a big loss. And if they go Jorginho Partey, like there is a chance that they won't be able to match the runners. Like there is a decent chance of that. Because I don't like, even if they say, okay, we're going to play Havertz in midfield, that means that they need Jesus to be coming straight back. Do you see what I mean? So basically, they have to play a Jorginho Partey pivot unless Jesus miraculously goes from not being fit enough to make the squad to being fit enough to start. Do you see what I mean? So they basically they have to play a Partey Jorginho pivot, which I think will help Tottenham if Arsenal come to play to play a low block. So I think Havertz as an 8 could cause us some problems, but again, they would have similar problems in their settled low block against us, because out of possession, Havertz wouldn't give them what Rice gives them. Again, you know, he pressed well, but again, the nuance. So for me, that to me is a really big thing in this game. You know, like, but Saka will cause us problems, no doubt. But yeah, this game for me is
Solanke going to be back?
Solanke should be fit. So, I mean, today we had no Solanke, no Richarlison. Like, so we had no number 9. Like, we needed that physical striker today against Newcastle. But yeah.
In your best 11, who plays on the right? Brendan Johnson?
It could be Johnson. It could be Odegaard. Like, I think Johnson might, you know, I think they're going to try Madison Kulu as 2 8s at the moment, and then Bizuma behind them. Maybe I think in that formation you probably play Johnson on the right, Son on the left, and Solanke up front. So for me, like I want to see Johnson run at Timber. Like if Timber's playing left back, I want to see Johnson run at Timber. Like I want to see what Timber looks like in transitions. I want to see what
one-on-one defending.
Pardon?
Timber is good at one-on-one defending out wide.
I think he's solid, but I think also I've seen little things.
It needs to be tested. It needs to be tested. Yeah, because of his injury, last season, was out for the whole of last season. We haven't really. I mean, you may have seen a bit more closely, Gal, but he needs to be tested in the Premier League. And if it's Brennan Johnson is going to do it, let's see what happens.
Guys, we played Aston Villa. He was going up against Leon Bailey. Like that's not.
Well, let's not act like Villa didn't create a couple of absolute big one-on. So if you tell me that with Rice,
but none of those chances came from Leon Bailey's side.
No, what I'm basically saying is with Rice, Villa still created 2 clear one-on-ones. So what I'm saying is, without Rice, do you see what I mean? Without Rice, are you telling me that you're coming to our stadium and you're not giving up at least?
No, but I like how you flipped it and you deflected all the information from your defeat today to the next game.
You should learn from that. It's a skill. It's not
the deflector in chief.
The deflection is crazy. Forget about the Northern Derby. Forget about the Northern Derby. Talk to me today about why your defense is so open. Is Ange making the same mistakes as last year?
But Gal, concede that in the game we conceded maybe 2-3 chances to Newcastle. If you're going to say that's so open, that's a different narrative to me. I can take the narrative of you are conceding 2 clear chances. The chance you give up is too clear. Yeah, as in like it's too easy to create a really good chance.
What about the method in creating those chances being very repetitive?
I feel like if you play Newcastle away, you're going to give up 1 or 2 chances to Gordon and Isak. That's going to happen no matter who you are as a team.
Miguel didn't like playing Newcastle away.
Once again, do you guys get what I'm saying? I'm saying the method to attack Tottenham is literally one ball over the top onto runners, or try to catch them when they're when they're attacking with too many men, and you counter them quickly. And Tottenham, the fact that you guys play such a high line at times, you guys do see situations where your defenders are running back.
I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm going to say that Spurs' players sometimes give up the ball in silly areas. They miss key tackles. We're not as savvy with the dark arts. We're too nice at times. We don't do the little fouls and stuff like that. So from my point of view, I see won. You're wasteful. We're missing chances, but
aside, I gotta drop.
Yeah. Aside from being wasteful, it's also, I thought we did a good job today of when Newcastle had little heads of steam and they had a bit of pressure, we were able to push the pressure back down. Do you know what I mean? And we stayed in the game. We went 1-0 down. We came back, but at the end of the day, you've got to be stronger for longer, and you've got to do more. So it doesn't really matter if we played well. Always nice. It doesn't matter if we played well. I live quite near.
I think it's you, Gal, with your shocking takes.
Guys, let's give Netweed some love. Netweed comes back with another super chat saying Erling Haaland 35 plus a season. Second Teta, what's a striker?
I think he's laughing at like that's what I'm saying. Havertz, but no, I think the thing for me is like
the point of laughing at Man United if we cannot capitalize.
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point in laughing at United if we can't do our own?
The point in laughing at Man United is they freaking lost in embarrassing.
Do you guys not see the in terms of how competitive the Premier League looks now if you're not a top side? Like, do you know what I mean? As in, like, this weekend has shown me is like every away game is going to be hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Depending on who you are. Like, even me now, I'm like, like, we're playing well, but I'd rather, because the thing is that if you leave it to chance, I think what Spurs are trying to do is they're trying to dominate the game more and they're trying to control it more. I was just looking at it, and I think Arsenal. I'm really interested to see how they approach our game. I think he might sit back and try and counter us. I feel like that's what you're going to try and do. But I think
You're taking a draw. If I offer you a draw now,
No, I want the 3 points.
ooh, fighting talk.
that's interesting because if you offered me
No,
the draw,
because the next game is Titi away.
oh,
Titi, Teta, Titi, what's going on with you lot?
That's how I say it. Titi away.
City away is going to be tough.
Yeah, so we
man.
got these tough games out of the way early, and if we can get if I can get 4 points from those 2 games,
Yeah.
I would take it. But if you told me that the drop points was against Tottenham, there's going to be meltdowns.
Yeah, but same thing on our side.
I can accept a draw away at City at this point at the level that we're expected to be at. After dropping points at home to Brighton, a point away at Tottenham is a bad point.
Yeah, I mean Spurs have got we've got
You just beat Man United 3-0. Like
now I think we've got you, then we got Brentford, then we got United away.
I don't even know what our fixtures are.
So it's like I think those 3 games Spurs need to be trying to get 9 points.
The reason why Arsenal fans can make fun of Man United fans for dropping points, even though we dropped points, we drew. Man United got humbled and embarrassed.
There's kind of
a difference drawing at home 1-1 to losing 3-0 to your fiercest rivals. That is embarrassing.
You
don't even have to laugh at them. You can just point out the fact that they were the only team not to score this weekend, and they lost 3-0 to their fiercest rivals. I feel like some of you guys don't understand fandom.
So
some people deal with things differently. Some people they sit there all weekend upset that their team dropped points and they don't even watch any other games. Some people watch other games to make themselves feel better. Personally, it makes me feel better that Liverpool slapped Man United because I don't think Liverpool are going to challenge for the league. I just don't.
You know what I was going to say. We actually don't have I would consider a really tough game until the 27th of October when we play Arsenal away. Like we've got Chelsea at home.
No, but look at your talent running. Look at your end of season run.
Yeah. I mean, we all know you have to play everybody once, right? But in terms of a new manager coming in, getting settled, getting familiar with the system, all that kind of stuff. It's a bit annoying that this international break has come, but actually it's been and going away to United, I was going to say is never easy, but today was actually relatively straightforward. But I think yeah, it's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. But I would have liked us to carry on playing because we don't have particularly tough games. It gives just that little bit more time to build a proper system in, and then we play you on 27th of October. So
international break can actually be better for everyone because it gives you time to rest your players and train with the manager.
Not if they're on international duty.
That's true. Yeah. But then so it's not all players go on international duty. I don't know why Real Madrid fans are coming into the chat thinking Arsenal fans are strange. Nobody has your fucking standards. Respectfully. Nobody has the standards of saying Kylian Mbappe has to win us 2 trophies before we like him. Like what the fuck? If we signed Kylian Mbappe, we were giving him a statue before he even plays. Am I wrong?
It's not even really.
Why do you think Liverpool will not challenge? I think Liverpool right now the team is healthy. It's early in the season. If they get a couple of injuries, I don't think they'll be able to handle it. And a lot of their players are injury prone, like a Konate, for example. You know what I mean? Anyways, we will see what happens. And right now their attack is firing. Liverpool's attack's firing. It's early in the season. You're looking really dangerous, but Konate goes down for an injury, or you see a Szoboszlai situation, or Jota, who's always susceptible to injury. Those guys go down. Is it the same? Is it going to be as smooth? Is it going to be as flowing? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I mean, the thing is also we have the Carabao Cup coming. We have the Champions League with 2 additional Champions League fixtures. Like there's going to be
you guys have
more
a tough
games.
Champions League group.
It's going to be interesting for everybody. So we shall see. We'll see.
We shall see. Arsenal standards now are accepting coming short and coming second. No, but your standards are like if we don't fucking win the Champions League, we should sack our manager. We've never won the Champions League. We're on.
It's not even really about standards, man. This whole standards talk is just so stupid, honestly. Like, what does it mean? What is it like? Okay, if we don't do it, what we're going to shout and scream and moan and
to me,
swear at the
some people,
like, it's
some
not
people
even
saying standards. Some people
It's
saying
not-
standards. They're just
it's
trying to
nonsense.
justify their unrealistic expectations. That's what it is.
It's not. Yeah, like, would you have the? I don't know who this guy is. That's not Sam, is it?
No. He's just like Sam.
But just say, for example, he supported Real Sociedad. Would you have the same standards? Like, it's very easy. It's very easy to demand your team wins. But like, what is the? Just because you can demand your team wins as much as you want, you just happen to be a Real Madrid fan.
Yeah. Is
Like,
that and also there's like even in,
Well,
sometimes I look at it with my fan base too. It's like
it's pretty childish, to be honest.
yeah, I look at it like all I can ask is that my club tries to hire competent people who know what they're doing, who try their best. And this thing is like, is a good examples with like Spurs now. It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, we could use like 26-year-old established talent to go into the first team and really move the needle. But the club say, what?
Listen to this. Liverpool are on their second dynasty settings, not phases. Liverpool are third game into their new manager, and you're calling them a dynasty.
Hold on, let's be fair. Like Liverpool have picked up trophies in the last 2 seasons.
No, but second dynasty.
But the thing is like 3 out of 3. Let them. It's obviously tongue in cheek, but by the same token, is that there's a lot of Arsenal fans, even Spurs fans, some of them are, oh, Ange's going to get it right. No guarantee that he's going to get us to the point. But when you have a manager that comes in straight away and looks competent and has a team that knows what they're doing, and you've also got Edwards and stuff in the background, you've got 3 key players that are out of contract at the end of the season. There's a lot of interesting things going on at Liverpool. And all I'm going to say is that I feel Arsenal fans, rightly or wrongly, feel a little bit tetchy because I feel like, and me even to an extent, I thought Spurs could close the gap on Liverpool this season, but Liverpool look a lot more ready than a lot of people thought they were going to be. And I think some Arsenal fans who thought it might just be them and City are a bit like, oh, okay.
You know something? I've learned over the last 2 seasons, what you see in the first 3 weeks don't come to outrageous conclusions.
But also, what we've seen so far has no bearing on necessarily what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years, right? Look, Salah saying he's in his last year. Van Dijk's in his last year of his contract. Trent, it'll be a travesty if Trent left, but we could have some big characters leaving. I've spoke about it a lot of last season. A lot of these guys are coming towards the end of their careers. Arteta, who knows what's going to happen with his contract. We've got big players who need to. What's it called? City. Probably, I think, in my opinion, Pep will probably leave at the end of the season. It's what's his name? KDB's last season. Bernardo's last season. His contract ends at the end of next season. So there's potentially we're going into a period of change for a lot of the big people, and Arsenal need to try and be there to
I'll tell you this.
Capitalize.
If there's a situation where Arne Slot's Liverpool won the league and beat us to the league, that would be a sackable offense. Because we deem our team better than you right now.
I mean, you can say that.
At least that's what people in the comments are saying. I agree with them. I think Arteta minimum challenge City and go to a final day and potentially lose or win the league.
So all right. So if Liverpool can finish first and you finish second, that's also sackable. And say City, we're coming up with stupid hypotheticals.
If you come in third, that's also sackable.
But if you come in second to Liverpool,
no, sackable. The only team that we can say that we can justify beating us to this league title is Man City. If Liverpool beat us, if anybody else beats us to this league title, I think it's a sackable offense. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out of here, people. Rack, you had yourself a wonderful day. Jay, not as wonderful. Vader,
less wonderful.
Big up to Vader.
But still wonderful to some extent.
Big up to Dami, and we're out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Did I? No, wrong one. I was about to leave the
Still
studio.
going. Still going.
I was about to leave the
Still on
studio.